thinking that I had forgotten a child, like that one was missing. I think it had a lot to do with the age that Benny was and the progression, because it just felt like I didn't have a baby with me anymore. Either way, it feels very comfy and whole. It feels very balanced. I love even numbers. I've said that on the show before. Something I often get asked about is age gaps. At this point, after having Wyatt, I was already pregnant with Ellie. That's bananas to me. The idea, I still can't fathom that I got pregnant less than a year postpartum. That is crazy bananas. When people tell me that they've gotten pregnant, really, I would say within the first year postpartum, I just want to wrap them up in a little burrito and just rock them. I want to rock them, because as much as you are excited about it and it's amazing, whoa. Because getting a year out, I was just thinking this the other day, getting a year out feels more stable. And I don't know if it's just the hormone flush or your body going back or your organs being back where they're intended to be, or your joints feeling more stable, or maybe just like sleep is probably better by a year out. All of these things that come together to just make you feel like a year out has been my threshold of where I feel like if I start working out again seriously, that like I might feel strong again, or that I might feel like my body is stable. A 2-year age gap just feels reasonable because you've given your body time to adjust, but you're also not getting so far out that you feel like, why would I start over? Guys, I've told you before, if my last kid gets out of diapers, then the shop is closed, if you catch my drift. I will say Finny is still just cuddly enough that I do not have an urge for baby right now. Let me just say that. I like to leave it open-ended because I don't want the universe to hear me or my uterus. Nobody's talking to you. But I do think 4 feels good. And that's it for Can I Be Honest? Moving on. Let's get to a segment that's back for another year by popular demand. This time with some updates, presenting the do's and don'ts of talking to postpartum women 1 year after giving birth. First up, got to start with the good old-fashioned don't. Number 1, don't ask her if she's back to her pre-baby weight yet. Better yet, don't ask her about her weight at all, but I'm going to tell you right now. Pre-baby weight, Kylie? Pre-baby Kylie? Let me say that again. Pre-baby body of Kylie? I don't know her. She doesn't live here. My body built a whole ass human being, okay? And you're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that I'm supposed to get back to pre-baby weight? Okay, if I'm going to get back to pre-baby weight, then you tell my stomach to go back to looking the way it did when I was 24. No? Not going to happen? Well, then you've got your fucking answer. How about that? That's ridiculous. Number 2, do ask how she's feeling a year after giving birth. This is such a great question. Let's check in. Let's care about her thoughts and feelings. Let's ask her how her body's feeling, how she feels a year after birth, how she feels that she kept a tiny human alive for 1 whole year. Good job, Mom. Number 3, unless you are particularly close with Mom, don't ask when the next baby is going to be on the way. Oh, I'm so serious. And I'll speak for myself here. Don't you dare ask if we're going to give it one more try for a boy. I swear to God. I swear to God. Don't ask me. Also, let's just put this into perspective. If you look at me and you say, number one, are you going to have another one? Or number two, are you going to try for a boy? You are looking at a woman who has had 4 children in, what was it, 6 years? How are you going to look at a woman who has had 4 children and be like, are you going to have another one soon? Are you going to try for a boy? So suck my ass. How about that for ASMR? Suck my ass. Number 4, don't ask mothers of 1-year-olds if they're worried about their baby not reaching certain milestones. Ladies, if you are still losing sleep or letting milestones of children rule your thoughts, I'm going to need you to cut that out immediately. I need you to cut it out now, because I'm going to tell you right now, 4 children later, the one thing I can tell you that I've learned, that I've told you a million times, they're all different. I'm telling you that within a group of kids whose gene pool is the same. It's the same gene pool and all their shit's been different. Okay. So how are we going to compare our kids to the neighbor's kids or your nieces and nephews or your friends' kids? That is some bullshit. Also, if you look at the thresholds, the range at which these children are supposed to be hitting these milestones, why is it so wide? What? That's right, because every kid is different. We got there together. So please don't do that. And also, make sure that we're not putting pressure on anyone else, okay? Sometimes we can say what we want to say. We can be proud of our kids. Wyatt was an early talker. She was. She wanted to chit chat. Ellie, that child didn't utter words. I mean, she said a couple words here and there. She did not speak to us until she was probably 18 months old. Okay? Like, speak to us. Like, really be like, oh, this can help me. Okay? She had words, but she didn't, you know what I'm saying? They're in the same house. They have the same parents that raised them the same way. Very close together, mind you. They were 17 months apart. Okay? Guys, cut it out. Don't let those comparisons steal the joy of the amazing things that you are watching your kids do. And in that same breath, if your kids are having delays and or are not meeting the thresholds, that's okay too. Okay? Because there are things in place to help you support them, and sometimes they're just not fucking ready. Leave them alone. That's it for do's and don'ts of talking to postpartum women, 1 year later edition. And now, a segment that's fun to say as it is to do. You know what's fucked up? And in honor of this special episode, you know what's fucked up? People still believe that postpartum only applies to the first 6 weeks after giving birth. That's crazy. I literally just said it takes me until I am typically a year out of giving birth to feel like I am more myself. This is fucked up because if you read studies about when you're healed, like truly healed, it isn't even close to 6 weeks. You go in for a post-birth checkup 6 weeks after giving birth. That's typically when you go in for your postpartum appointment. That appointment is there to make sure that you don't have any postpartum immediate complications. 6 weeks is not when you're done being postpartum. That's not how that works. At all. Not even close. Don't do that. I've already banned the phrase in a past episode, bounce back. We're not bouncing back in 6 weeks, okay? You're not even cleared for strenuous activity until 6 to 8 weeks. That's like lifting large things. Guys, you're not even allowed to have sex for 6 to 8 weeks, okay? This is not like she's not ready because she's not healed. And I'm going to tell you right now, for anyone who has experienced sex postpartum, are we doing this? We're doing this. I'm talking about it. For anyone who has experienced sex postpartum, specifically, I can only speak to after a vaginal birth. There might be, and now I've had varying experiences, different for every kid. It's not all fun and games, guys. It's not all fun and games the first couple of times if you catch my drift. We can't be out here like, no, that was great. What? A human just exited that door. That's it for You Know What's Fucked Up. I'll be right back after these messages from myself. Postpartum anxiety can sometimes creep in for women after having a baby.